Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be on my camera gear that I'm taking overseas. So it's another edition of what's in my camera bag, another travel edition in particular. I have done a few of these previously before I go on my overseas trips. So this one is actually a very long trip. It's about 3 months at this stage that I'll be traveling overseas for. So I'm taking a little bit more than I have on previous occasions. But yeah, let's get into it. So I'm of course taking my Canon 5D Mark II, and I'm also taking my 24 to 70 millimeter lens. It's the F28. This is my favorite camera and lens combination at the moment. Of course I love my 85, which I'm also taking and I'll mention in a minute, but I just think this is such a great all-rounded lens, and it's going to allow me to take travel photos, but also when I'm doing my photo shoots overseas, I'll be able to easily get a lot of different style images from this lens. So I think that's a really great one to take traveling. And yeah, I've still got my 5D Mark II. I'd love to upgrade in the next year or so, but we'll see. I mean, it's still going pretty strong, and there's a couple of little things wrong with it at the moment. It's nearly 7 or 8 years old now though, so I think it's due for an upgrade soon, maybe. So as I mentioned a second ago, I am of course taking my 85mm f1.2 that is Canon. So it's the L series lens, which is of course my favorite lens. I've had it for such a long time now, probably about the same amount of time as my camera actually. And I love the bokeh that it creates and the blur that it creates in the background of images. So I really want to have a good portrait lens to take with me this time. I don't always take this particular lens on trips with me because it is quite heavy. It's like really solid. But I kind of figured since I'm going for 3 months this time, and I'm planning on doing a few fashion shoots as well with the 52-week project. So I kind of need that versatility in my lenses at the moment. Gonna take this one along with me this time and hopefully get some great shots. The next lens I'm going to take is not one that I've talked about a lot in my videos actually, but it's a Tamron 11 to 18mm lens, and it's f4.5 to 5.6. Not a lens I always use, generally not for fashion photos, but I do use it a lot for travel photos, and I would like to take some really creative outdoor shots using this lens. It's actually quite a good lens. I've used it a lot before on different travel occasions, but it's quite light as well, so I don't really mind taking 3 lenses this time, because usually I would only take the 24 to 70. But I just think, you know, if this is quite light and it's going to give me a totally different perspective with my images, a totally different look, then I think I want to experiment with it. So I'm really excited to use this with getting my travel photography a little bit better and experimenting more with that. So pretty excited for that. I'm also taking a few CF cards with me. Just got 2 16 gig ones that I'll be taking with me and an 8 gig one. I'm planning on possibly purchasing a couple more in Hong Kong, because I know they can sometimes be a bit cheaper than what they are in Australia for the CF cards. So I might get a few new ones over there while I'm there. But at the moment, generally 3 is okay for me. I don't always need that much more than the 3 that I have. Unless I've got quite a few photo shoots in succession, then I tend to run out of room a lot more quickly. But I'll be taking my hard drives and computer with me, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. There's not too much else that I'll be taking in my camera kit. I'm not taking my tripod because Dan's taking his tripod, and he's also got a GorillaPod, so that's really handy for travel. So I'll probably just steal his at some point. Apart from that, I'm just taking my card reader, of course, to get my images on my laptop. My laptop is just here. It's the Microsoft Surface Book, so that's not going to be in my camera bag, but just good to mention, I guess. And also my camera battery charger, and probably just a cleaning kit as well. So I don't have a huge kit, and I don't want anything too huge as well when I'm traveling. I would have loved to have upgraded to a Sony kit just for my travels before I went, but I just didn't have the money, unfortunately. Maybe next time. But we'll see how we go. I'm really excited to test out the Tamron lens a little bit more and see what I can come up with on that point. But hopefully the 52-week project is going to go well with the lenses that I have. They're always the lenses that I generally use anyway, so I shouldn't have any issues there. I'll also just show you guys my camera bag. See if I can get it in frame. It's expandable, which is really good, so I can make it a bit smaller or a bit bigger if I need to. It's just a low pro sling bag. I think it's called the passport bag. I'm not entirely certain, but I'll try and find it. and link it. And of course I also have my Canon G7X that I'm using to film this video at the moment, so I can't really show you it. But the link to the Canon G7X on Amazon is in the description box below, so you can check it out and see what features the camera has. But it's a really great vlogging camera. I use it whenever I'm vlogging really. Really light to carry around as well, and it's got a flip screen so I can see myself in the camera, which is great. But yeah, I really enjoy using my G7X on my travels. I actually have all my gear listed in the description below, so if you guys are interested in any of the gear that I do have, you can click on the links and it'll take you to Amazon and it'll show you all the items in my kit. Anyway guys, that's kind of all I've got really for my travel photography kit at this stage. It might grow when I get overseas, you never know, I might have some purchases in the works, but yeah, I'll see how I go with finances. But anyway guys, thank you so much again for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!